Capitalism. They enslaved the Israelites, the southern and northern kingdom, Esau, Edom, the other nations, took us in captivity and profited off us through capitalism and through our labor. Okay? What you see before you is how they constructed it. Okay? Alright, capitalism at the top. They will rule over us. We know in Europe they have this monarchy, and they have a government set up in America as well. Alright, but behind the scenes, the Wall Street and Wall Street and the bankers, the elite bankers, manipulate and control the masses. Then they brought in the Jesuit priests to pretty much deceive the people even more with Christianity. All right. Then if all else fails, they just send in their military and take whatever they want from around the whole world. And that's basically the rundown of how they did it. But at the bottom, and then while they enjoy all the fruits of the labor from the serfs that are at the bottom, as you can see here, the serfs are really us. Okay, the children of Israel. We're the serfs, along with anyone else that is on the bottom. Okay, we're the serfs. All right. So with that being said, they pretty much established their kingdom on the backs of the slaves. Okay. All right. And what they are attempting to do again is the same thing. Okay. By way of technology, they're attempting to establish a new world order, great reset, and to build that Tower of Babel all over again and defy the Most High. The Most High and Yahushua is promising the kingdom of heaven. They're promising the new world order, and they're going to use technology. All right, Psalms 83 verses 1. That's Psalms 83 verses 1. Keep not thou silence, O power, Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that's what these elite are doing as we speak, bringing in this new world order. They are consulting together to make this happen. Okay? All right? Because the children of Israel are beginning to wake up all over the planet Earth, and they're coming back to the true understanding of the Holy Bible. They're instituting this at breakneck speed, this new world order. All right. All right. So we'll continue reading. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now, listen carefully at the enemies of Israel, of the Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, and their seed lines. The tabernacles of Edom, all right? They're the number one spearhead of coming against Israel, okay? And trying to destroy them, all right? And the Ishmaelites, that would be these Arabs, Moab, the Chinese, Hagarenes, the Egyptians, Gabal, the African nations, and Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek, these Israelis, okay? All right, these small hats. All right, so in the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, okay? So that's more Africans, all right? So these are the enemies of Israel, but what we want you to know is that Edom is the enemy, all right? The so-called white man, the Edomites, okay? They are the ones who have been plotting against Israel from the foundation, all right? All the way back to Yahushua when he was on the earth. They were in power, okay, in Jerusalem, all right? Okay, so I just wanted you to know that. All right, Edom, they're the ones who are spearheading this new world order. All right. Okay. So again, this is the pyramid of capitalism. They will rule over you. They would lie to you. They would fool you. They would rule you. We'll go through it. They would fool you with Christianity. They would wage war against you. All right. And they would enjoy the spoils of all that. Okay. The wars that they fight, the resources that they gain from those wars, their people would prosper. But the serfs underneath will be holding everything together. So what they plan on doing with this new world order is putting the serfs back into the system. Our country is finished. So in order to stay in power, America to stay in power, they have to bring forth this digital currency. All right. And great reset. Okay, in other words, they got to cause chaos in the earth to bring this forth, and which is coming very, very soon. All right, they're going to bring forth the chaos to bring in this new world order, this new currency, all of that. Okay, and end the dollar. Okay, so without further ado, I'll go ahead and play this video.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the states of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds in what these people are saying at this place, they're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's, where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned.
You heard it. The one world government wants to keep tabs on what you eat and where you go. All because John Kerry's a little mad that your cheeseburger is wiping out part of the population.
People forget, greenhouse gases are pollution. And 15 million people a year because of the quality of the air around the world. We're dealing with a crisis here, folks. It's a crisis made by human beings.
Maybe they should take their own advice before jetting off across the world on those private jets, emitting all that carbon.
This would be a government, a world government, where you don't get to vote on anybody. This is everybody's worst nightmare.
From the White House and the Office of the President of the United States, we present an address by Dwight D. Eisenhower.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. We must also be alert to the equal and opposite danger that public policy could itself become the captive of a scientific, technological elite.
And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that.
If you have enough data on a person, especially biometric data, and if you have enough computing power, you can understand that person better than the person understands himself or herself. And then you can control this person, manipulate them, and make decisions for them.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains
And I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants.
People will literally be part of a network. All the bodies, all the brains would be connected together to a network, and you won't be able to survive if you're disconnected from the net.
With AI taking over many of the unskilled and possibly some of the skilled activities, then there will be people for whom seems to be society won't have much use for these people.
We need to accept that there will be some pain in the process.
I think we're going to have to think about a recalibration of a whole range of human rights that are playing out online.
Individual carbon footprint tracker.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
That's a hostile corporate takeover of your body and a digital surveillance censorship dictatorship.
President Eisenhower tried to warn us about this years ago. The hostile takeover of a scientific,
technological elite.
They provide much more powerful intelligence for decision making.
Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? You will rule on that.
The next phase is the surveillance going under our skin.
Now that we've cracked the code of life, it will not take much longer before we can start to play God.
The new powers that we are gaining now, especially the powers of biotechnology and artificial intelligence, are really going to transform us into gods.
It's a total, complete AI takeover of every facet of human life, like Harari and others have been saying.
Given all the technological developments, it might be feasible, even easy, to support people, even if they don't work. To give them a universal basic income, to give them enough food, enough medicine, and so forth. The big question is meaning. What will they do all day? And one of the answers is that they will just play computer games all day. Virtual reality games. They will spend more and more time playing virtual reality games that will give them much more excitement and emotional engagement than anything in the real world outside.
But what I see is a huge disruption. That is, before we get to the world that Yuval envisaged in his description of the future, there's going to be a complete destabilization of the human condition and of human societies. This is not going to happen quietly.
Young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, half of this cabinet, are actually young noble leaders of the world, correct? So that we penetrate the cabinets. The change is not just happening. The change can be shaped by us.
We have to prepare for a more angry world. How to prepare? To take the necessary action to create a fairer world. I see the need for a great reset.
So people assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had, and everything will be normal again. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen. Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Isaiah 14 and verses 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this is what the Edomites, the so-called rulers of this world, have done. And that's the reason why they are bringing forth this new world order, because of the mere fact that they believe that they can. You know, the Most High has put the spirit on them on the left-hand side to believe that they can do this all over again and enslave the children of Israel again with this capitalistic system, but this time using technology. Okay, they believe that they can do it again, enslave the whole world, all right, and control the whole world, put everyone in subjection. All right. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 28, 28th chapter. All right. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not the Most High. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Okay, so they've gotten to the point where they feel that their technology and their ability to be able to manipulate genes and so forth are, you know, they believe that they've become like the Most High. All right, better than the Most High, as Noah Harari says. With thy wisdom and thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am the Most High? But thou shalt be a man, and not the Most High, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers. For I have spoken it, saith the Most High. So this is what's going to be the eventual end of these Edomites, Esau, Edom, the rulers of this world. All right, that are putting forth this new world order. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 2. We'll start at the top. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of the Most High, of the Mashiach, is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. The falling away happened when they sacked Jerusalem. The Romans sacked Jerusalem and scattered the southern tribes. Okay, who opposes and exalted himself above all that it is the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Let me read that again. Verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. We fell away, and the man of sin be revealed. This is Esau, Edom, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now Ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. We're in that time right now. For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed. He's being revealed right now through the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. See, it's after the working of Satan. Even him. Okay, so this is not no spiritual demon Satan that's running around in a spandex suit or something like that. Red suit. This is actually a man. This is Esau, Edom, the rulers of this world. The so-called white man. With all power, signs, and lying wonders. Alright. Okay, and that's why they speak boldly about technology with these lying wonders. And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's the stumbling block of Christianity. Okay, so the New World Order is upon us, and they think that they can succeed, but they will not. They will be destroyed. And this is why. Job chapter 20 verses 19. Because he has oppressed and has forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, so right now America's in the fullness of its sufficiency. All right, and they're in straits right now. Okay, with this inflation. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through. It is drawn out. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All the darkness shall be hid in the secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill for him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and that's the prophets, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him.